Good evening and welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. Everything's gone all a bit Pete Tong this time setting it all up, so hopefully it's all okay. I'm currently trying to catch my bearings. I should be going through Streamlabs this evening, but it decided, nah, it's not going to work. So it decided, let's all go a bit wrong. So hopefully you can all hear me. I'm not too pink. If I am pink, let me know. Well, I've been in the sun for like an hour, so I could be pink. But I know before, last time it's been pretty wild in the background colors. I think it is a bit pink, but let's see. Look at this fanciness. I can affect it live. See, that's professionalism you don't always get. I'm joking, you don't get professionalism from here. Right, let's see. Thank you for being here. There's so many people here already. I've got 2 screens now, so I'm trying to be professional. I've got the VPub coming up, the little takeover that I'm doing. So I was thinking, yeah, let's play with StreamYard, so I can get people on, I can get a quiz going. And decided it'll go wrong. So hopefully it's okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know what the microphone's going through. So if it sounds horrendous, do let me know. If it looks horrendous, that's just my face. I can't do anything about it. So I'm going to quickly skim through to so many people here already. So cheers for being here. Frank, Pete, Ed, always great to see you. I didn't go for a McAllen in the end. Right, I'm going to fly for it because I'm not very good at this. Tim, Whiskey Straight Owl, Andy Walker, plenty of Peterhead, which is what you like to see. Dame Judy Hench, Lee J, Rob, Greg, Crazy Gav. Yeah, nice. I've had to turn off the fan, so because I think it was coming through the microphone. So as the night goes on, I'm gonna get sweatier and sweatier. All right, let's catch up. There's so many things flying up, I can't keep up. And there's only like, I don't know, it doesn't tell me how many people are here, but it's doing its own thing right now, so I'm trying my best. Oh, see orange, that's good. Evening Gerben, we can hear you, don't worry. I'm sorry you can hear me. Thanks for letting me know, Tim. David Owen, looking very pink tonight, is it? I can make it slightly less pink. There you go, let's try that. We'll see. This is the same. What I actually use is this flimsy little bit of plastic. All it does is it's a garden light. So I've got one up there and one down there. So hopefully I could do like pulse effects, but no one wants to see that. Let's catch up. Greg. Rob. Oh, there was a classic YouTube delay. We missed the start. Thanks, Rob. That's what happens when you're professional. You make sure you say the important stuff first. I think the only thing that would have been missed was my mad panic and sweat trying to get StreamYard to work, and I decided not, so hopefully this is okay. Where is it? Sorry, I don't know how Roy does it with the flow, of looking at, I've not even used this screen yet, I'm panicking. Dame Judy, please tell me your glasses are on a chain. They're not, these are headphones to try cancel any feedback, but I have many a time wore glasses with the little string down the side. Like whenever I went to a festival, that was my go-to look. I'm already pretty old man styling. Like this is the kind of thing you would wear on a vacation. Greg, nice Maltese-like shirt though. The painter in me appreciates that. I'm glad you appreciate it. Yeah, it's not quite pop arty. It's not even watercolory, but I know you're not here for shirt talk, but it's one of my favorites. But sadly, my cat's taking a liking to it, so I've got a nice little hole at the front. So if I stand up, not only would you get crotch cam, which is not what you want, but you'll also see a little hole in my shirt. Times are tough, 22, 23, that's better balance than Roy. Cheers, Petehead. Very kind of you to chase the lights for me. Roy gets a lot more people, but I'll take that victory over him. Gavin, that is now good. I would not change anything. Okay, so there is quite a delay. I think it's like 20 seconds from me speaking to going out. But yeah, I'll keep it this level of pink. Hopefully it's not too pink. Rob, looking and sounding golden. Thank you. That's my lovely Somerset tones, and that will bring my wife a lot of joy because I said Somerset and not Devon. I'm from Devon and she's from Somerset. We live in Somerset, so the thick accent slowly seeping through. Pete Head's shirt is Bristol style. You know, there's no sprained ankles here though, Frank. Good to see you, Gav Strams. Absolutely loving the stuff you're putting out. You are getting some banging whiskies and doing great reviews, mate. I think that's caught up. This wasn't my plan to dive so much into it. Oh, and I have Johnny. Welcome to Bottle Slapper. I should give it Bottle Slapper Club, I think it should be, but I wasn't sure what I was doing. But he's got a nice little funky shirt. So cheers for supporting me. That's all a very new thing that I had to discover. So YouTube, I'm sure Roy's explained it, and lots of other people who do streaming professionally and not just panic and rabbit on. But you have like memberships. So I set mine to be as cheap as it can be because you don't want to pay for this. But I made it so whenever the month changes, you get a different color shirt. Yeah, I need to go out more. But cheers, Johnny. That's really kind of you to join. You can cancel after a month. Whiskey Straight Out. You're a man who loves your shirts, and you're a man who can wear a shirt better than I can. I copied your style. And cheers to Rob. He was in the membership club first. He's the OG slapper. Maybe that's not a PG term to use for people, but we'll continue. Oh, Tim has just popped up saying welcome to the Bottle Slapper Club. Really, really grateful to have people joining. Dame Judy Hench, thank you. These little green banners are popping up. Thank you so much. Let me know after this your details and I'll refund you. Right, let's dive to what I've got in the glass. I grabbed a bunch of samples. Most of them are Drinks by the Dram ones. So I thought if I just grab a bunch of samples, I can then throw it out to you to what I think I have. So my first one, I did pick it randomly, was Starwood Nova. So a single malt Australian whiskey, 41%. So I'm starting off light. But I won't put you through like the pain of listening to me snorting away into a glass. But my plan for this stream, which has already gone well off the rails, is that, as you can see, I've now put the notes up here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So yeah, the whole spiel originally was going to be how I'm using StreamYard, and I was going to have it set up. So I was going to do like a little quiz, and then I thought, what else should I talk about? And that's all gone out the window. I should have printed it off and held it in front of the camera. But we move on. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of use this as an excuse to chat to people. And I can see you all in the chat, so thank you for chatting, because it makes me feel a lot less, not all there, me talking to myself, if I can see people talking back, so thank you. Where was I? I was saying something that had meaning, but I can't remember. Lee J, cheers for joining the Bottle Slapper Club. That's very kind of you. It was the Somerset praise, I think, that got you on board, wasn't it? So anyway, where was I? That was a joke. Clearly, I know what I'm doing and not just stalling for time. So it's just going to talk about different things that I'm planning on doing in the future. Get your thoughts, get your feedback, see what you would like to see on the channel, because it's all well and good me putting out things that I like, and I will continue to do that. But also it'd be great to hear your thoughts, what you'd want to see me do more of, what you would want to see me do less of. It's just a real way to kind of bat around any ideas. There's a few more messages come in. Amy Barrett, I should really have this screen closer. I can't see a thing. Instead of sunglasses, I should be wearing my like binoculars or something. Newbie to Jeff Whisky channel, but found him through First Phil on his Discord. Huge shout out to Phil. He's created one. He had me on his channel to do the design throwdown, slap down tier list, and lots of fun. And he did a great job editing it, making me sound like I know what I'm talking about, which, as I'm sure you can tell after the first few minutes of me chatting now, I have no idea. But he's created a Discord. Go check out. I think he's got it on his channel. There's a link to it. If not, I'll work out how to put a channel in the description. A link in the description, sorry. And yeah, he just like created this great Discord community that has loads of information, and he's been really kind. I'm an admin, so that means I'm cool, right? But yeah, so I'm able to like share my stuff in there. Other people can share theirs. It's really worth checking out. And there's so much whiskey banter, whiskey chat. It's really, yeah, great stuff. I will say there's also other great whiskey discords. So if you've got a favorite YouTube whiskey tuber, I'm sure they've probably got some community activity somewhere. Where was I? Hopefully you can't hear the squeaking. Is this chair? I normally record on a tiny little plastic stool, but I'm getting to the age now where I can't handle that anymore. So I'm sitting in the squeakiest, oldest chair that's ever been made. So Lee J saying West Country massive, 100% behind the West Country. But I won't get too much in the details between Somerset and Devon. I know where my roots are. Tim, I liked the recent bottle tier list of Phil. I think there is some fun to be had there with comedy themed tier lists. That's good to hear. So that's one thing I'm thinking about coming up. So I'm going to use that as a smooth segue into finally talking. So yeah, with tier lists, I think people would like to see more. I really enjoyed creating. It was over a year ago now, just after my face melted, and we discussed about, what was it? Oh, the Campbelltown designs. So all the designs on the Campbelltown bottles. And it's kind of ranking in my thoughts, like where would Long Road go? Springbank, I think Springbank came second or third. And I think the beauty that is Kilkerran, as you can see there, I think that was my number one. Maybe Long Road was actually, but all Glen Scotia. It's a small place to pick from. But if people enjoyed that, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do stuff like that again. Michael Wood. Is there a whiskey shop anywhere in Somerset? Great to have you here. There's one in Bristol, and I think there's one in Bath, and there is a shop in Taunton. Quite a small shop. And I've only been in there once, and probably because I dress the way I dress, and I used to be quite a young person in the whiskey game, so I was kind of like pawned off by them, but it could just been them having a bad day. Johnny, have you got your topic for the VPub yet? It's an embarrassing question. I think I've got some ideas. Of course, I should be leaning towards the design side, but I don't want to bore people with design because I could chat about it for so long. But I know not everyone's the biggest design fan. So that's one idea. Another suggestion was talking about English whiskey, which I don't feel like I'm the strongest person to talk about that. I've looked and I've only got one distillery now, and that's all Cotswolds bottles. So I think that'd be a miss. I could just spend 2 hours slapping bottles. Probably the best content I could put out there, to be honest. But yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, do ping it to me. Oh, Peter, cheers for joining the Bottle Slapper crew. There is emojis. I made custom emojis. So one's of my face, which is the one that no one wants to look at. I've got a bottle slap one. I've got a cheers one, and I've also got, I think it's 2 bottles in a glass, maybe. Now more people have joined, I can make more emojis as well. So let me know what emojis you would like to see. Sarah the Fly Moocher, you've joined as well. Thank you to the Bottle Slap Club, and thank you for like leaving comments on my videos all the time and really engaging. It's great to see that you enjoy my videos. Just gonna grab a quick drink. It's now quite low in the glass, this one. I was sipping it while I was trying to work out what I was doing. I'm going to say it, and apologies to Andrew if you're watching, but this Australian whiskey is not doing anything for me. And that's the Starward Nova. So if anyone's got any thoughts on that, do let me know. I think is it Starward Fortis, or I'm awful at pronouncing things, so do let me know if I've got it wrong. That was quite nice. I think that was the Somerton Club. I enjoyed that. Oh, I've experienced the jumps. That means I'm doing something right, where the chat just flies away. The whiskeyographer. So how does a cream tea go down in your house then? Wow. I'm just going to say, I'm probably going to lose half my subscribers now. I am very much cream first, then jam, because cream is like butter, so you spread it. that's probably going to get me some serious heat now. That's my hot topic, my controversial point of the whole stream. But I'm not the biggest jam fan, and I like cream, so maybe it's just because I could put more cream. And jam sits better on cream than cream sits better on jam. I think there is reasons behind it, but what's people's thoughts? We've detoured way off whiskey. Forget about Jeff Whisky. We're now Jeff Cream. That sounds strange. Jeff Cream Teas, that's better. Let's see where I am. Whiskey and Wine Trials, welcome to the Bottle Slapper. It says welcome to the Bottle Slapper, but welcome to the Bottle Slapper Club. I'll try change that. Good to have you here. Currently the shirt, I don't know if it's too small to see, so I believe it's a blue shirt, and it's got the word new down the side on it, as well as some leaf designs. And for the first 12 months, it changes color. And then on the 12th month, it goes like bright gold. And then from that, there's crazy designs. There's like a shirt with flames. There's a shirt with like icicles on it. Yeah, I was bored one afternoon. Lee, another near Salisbury. Oh, what one's that? Maybe I know it, maybe I don't. Lee on it with the shops. Greg, design is your thing. You need to pursue the theme in your channel. I help it stand out, and it does interest me too. I'm glad it interests you. I think some people do get a bit bored of it. I know from looking at the analytics, interestingly, the design videos tend to perform the least. I know the one on First Field's channel, I think that one's performs slightly lower than everyone else. So maybe it's just me and you who like the design world. Oh no, someone else said they like design. Who was that? See if I can find it again. Amy, you love design, so go for it. If that's 3 people, if me, you, and Greg just watched it, that's 3 viewers. And again, does it count if I watch it? Either way, that's 3 people. We'll do more design stuff. Oh, we got a 4th person, Johnny. I love a design episode. Welcome to the design train, and I'm glad to see you're enjoying the emojis. That little face of me. Oh, I've put it somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh, it's too far for me to reach, and no one wants crotch cam. But I've got a little hand over there, so I used that in a photo, and then First Field kindly melted my face slightly into it, which I thought was too soon to Bell's palsy, to be honest. I think he stepped over the line. But no, it's like he kind of melted it to give it a better expression, and he uses that on his Discord. So I've stolen it. So if I get copyright claimed and I disappear, he sent the New Zealand police after me. Dame Judy Hench, Forte is definitely the way to go. Yeah, it was a lot better than this. I think because I've got a few drams on the go, I might come back to that one tonight, because I got to write a review on it, because the jeffwhisky.com website, which is well and truly abandoned, unloved. I'm really putting all my effort into YouTube at the moment. Maybe it's because I like looking at my face the whole time. But I need to do a review on that. So the next 2 options, and I'll catch up in the chat to see what it says. And I've got 3 options to go through. I've got Macmira Green Tea, which is no nonsense, one of his favourite drams, I believe. Oh, I think it was his Whiskey of the Year, maybe 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Tipperary 10-year-old I swear that says Knock Me Down. How many drams have I had? Single malt Irish whiskey, 47%. And the other one I got grabbed is a Inchmoan 12-year-old at 46. So put in the chat what you think I should grab next. I know the Whiskey Diary, Ben, when he does his streams, he has like dram cam. He's got this amazing setup. He's like a super knowledgeable guy with all the tech and all the exciting bits. So this is just me holding up little samples to the camera in a less exciting fashion. Right, I've missed a lot on the chat, but oh, someone else joined. How can I see? I don't know. Peathead, Jeff Cream, I'm off. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, it's taken a dark turn, and we're only 10-15 minutes in. So Gav says cream then jam, as in cream first then jam. If so, you're correct. Whiskey House says psycho. Nah, I'm assuming that's the cream conversation. Whiskyographer, I completely agree, especially it's very thick clotted cream, 100%. You put a dollop of jam on, if you put cream on top of that, it's just going to slide off. White cream, lovely thick solid foundation, It's pretty much the concrete of the food world. Johnny, cream first, right? How do I leave the bottle slapper club? Once you're in, you're in. I'm sorry. Soon you'll be going around spanking bottles, spanking jars of cream. You'll be kicked out the dairy aisle in Tesco. Michael Wood, cream first is right. Good answer. You can stay. Right, this is really taking a detour into the cream conversation. I don't know. Maybe I should move my channel that way. I'm definitely very passionate about it. I'm even doing the political, because you know in politics they're not allowed to point because that's too aggressive. They do the little thumb point. I've started doing that. Vote for me if you want cream first. What am I doing? Anyway, I'm going to butcher your name and I can only apologise, but I see you a lot, so thanks for supporting me. What is it? Is it Kiwigo? Kiwigo? Yeah, I can only apologise, but thank you for joining the Bottle Slapper Club. It's amazing. It's really kind of you. Lee J, the little whiskey shop, I think, the one by Salisbury. Yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for that. Oh, I've done a little jumpy jump. I even bought myself a little keyboard to have down here so I can join in, but that's not happening, is it? Multi-mission, good old Menno. Sorry to miss it, working late tonight. Have a good one. Thank you for popping in. I hope work goes well for you. Greg, what was your first glass? The first one was Starwood Nova, which was pretty subpar, I think. Maybe I'll enjoy it more. Maybe I'll still taste the fish and chips that I've had for tea. So maybe it just doesn't mix with curry sauce. That's another good debate. Curry sauce or mushy peas. There's only one answer. Maybe it should just be like Jeff Food or Jeff Eats. I do eat a lot. Where was it? Oh, lots of people are voting for green tea. Green tea or grand tea? Oh, and Sugar Kitty, thank you. Knock Meal Downs. Okay, that's good because I definitely read that as Knock Me Down. So is that a vote for it though, or is it that just let me know how to pronounce it? Either way, grateful for both. I think green tea is the winner. I am first going to have some water because I can taste like a sharp malty note that's left over either from the Starwood, either for the fish and chips, or it's just my natural taste. This is such a weird dream. You don't see this on the VPub. So yeah, I'm going to pour the green tea. It is green tea though, isn't it? Rob, with your amazing looking shirt. Ignore the design haters. You can make your own whiskey design niche. Need to get stranger and stranger on the stream. As in the design company, yeah? With the people who do the funky bottles. Is it them who do Compass Box? No. D8 does Glasgow Distillery, and they're in charge of the rebrand, and they also did Ben Romack. But again, I'm talking about design stuff. Whiskey Lot, great to see you. Giraffe sounds great, but where's the goose? I feel like goose should be the next emoji I create. If you don't know, and I don't know why you're watching me, if you don't watch Roy. So on his VPub, he kindly invited me for the blind taste, which was a week ago now. And in the notes, so being the foolish man I am, I was highly unprepared. And I was like, okay, I've got these drams. And then we all joined like the pre-chat where he went through what was going to be the order and that lot. And I was like, oh, I've not even opened these. And everyone's talking about they've opened it, they've tried it. So I was there like panicking, popping. Luckily, I opened the lids beforehand, but I'm there like quickly opening them all, pouring them out, necking them all, like the real yob I am. And it was a case of, yeah. And Roy said to me, yep, he'll come to me last. I've not had it yet. And then 10 minutes into the stream, I'm there scribbling notes, thinking, oh, yeah, that's quite a nice one. That's like ketchup. And then he says, he's welcome his first guest. And it was me. So I don't know if he did that to put the pressure on, because apparently pressure creates diamonds, which I clearly wasn't. And so I kind of like panicked, and I noticed in one note to describe the Lockley cast strength, I wrote the note goose. And then that became the ongoing event of the night. And as a man who does like geese, I think as the animal, I'm not really eating much geese. I got distracted again. Back to Jeff Eats. Yeah, goose. I think that's going to be the next emoji. Long story short. The next food discussions come in as well. Alan, great to see you here. Hope you're well. It feels like it's been ages since we spoke to you. Another vote here for design. Okay, I think there's design wagons on the run. Oh, Amy, neither tartar sauce. That is a very good point. I do like tartar sauce. Tartar sauce in a fish finger sandwich. That's like the epitome of posh food. Lots of people going for curry sauce. Oh, a few gravies. I think, is gravy like a traditional Northern English thing? I'm trying to see where I put the green tea to. Oh, it's right here in big letters saying Macmira. Yeah, I think. Sorry, I'm trying to open this wax seal from this Drinks by the Dram bottle. I don't know how much like background noise you can hear. I tried to adjust it. I know during like the quizzes before on the VPub, you can hear every pen scribble. Maybe you want to hear this. I don't know. Does everyone else like sniff the sample once you poured it, or is that just me? Yeah, so we've got the green tea on the go now. It smells quite nice. It smells very bitter. That's just me smelling the residue. Oh, lots have come in the chat. I've completely missed it. Lots of people saying curry sauce. All about curry sauce. For me, curry sauce is the winner. Sugar Kitty was just pronunciation. Thank you. I've never come across it again. I don't know where it's a Drinks by the Dram sample, so it must have been in like in a Christmas box or something. I don't know. I'd love to know what you're drinking tonight, though. Whiskey Refer was planning on a few nice drams tonight, but I ruined my palate with salt and vinegar crisps and hot sauce. I'm sure you can find a whiskey that'll pair with that. So I would say with hot sauce, you want something like really creamy, orchardy, and like a really thick bourbon cask to kind of counteract the acidity. But that's just me. Jimmy Leg, good to see. Nope, I'm lying. Jimmy Leg's not here. He's preparing himself for Legfest. Jimmy Jazz, the better Jimmy. We can say that. The other one's not here. KMG does fantastic. Is that so is that the Thompson Brothers bottles? That's good to know. Michael, let me know. You may be interested to know that your accent is hardly broad compared to proper Devon and deep dark Somerset. My mother has a book written in old Somerset which she could read. Yeah, some members of my family. So my family have come from like Slough, so my parents didn't really have a Devonshire accent, and then I felt I was quite Devonshire, and then I've come to Somerset, and I feel like I'm quite Somerset, especially because I don't go out to work. So whenever I'm just sat at home all day, and then when I talk to my wife, she's quite Somerset at times. She might be watching, probably not. She listens to me enough in the day. I don't think she'll choose to listen to me anymore. More votes for gravy and chips. I think gravy could be the winner. Oh no, we got Greg's Whiskey Grove satay sauce. That's a good shout. I haven't found a good one in a jar though at home. I do like satay sauce, a bit of peanut sauce. I'm just catching up. Luna, I didn't plan on that. I had a whole spiel here, so I'll quickly move off the chat. I'm just not the best at kind of multitasking. I'm not the best at reading, to be fair, or writing or talking. So I don't know what I'm doing here tonight, but hopefully everyone's enjoying this ramble. I don't know where it tells me how many people are here. It's kind of I'm in the back end of YouTube, and it's all a bit strange. Anyway, Luna, hello there, everyone. Hope you're all fine. Good to see you, Luna. Thank you for popping in. It feels like it's been ages since I've like kind of seen your face on a screen. Johnny, which whiskey could you have on fish and chips instead of vinegar? Oh, something acidic. So I would say Springbank 10. That's the first one my mind's gone to. And people will be rolling over saying, how dare he waste Springbank 10? I've honestly never had a bottle of it. I don't think I would buy a bottle of Springbank 10 if it came up, just because I'm a Kilkerran boy, I think. But that's kind of got like a vinegary. I tried recently an old Highland Park 10 before it went full Viking. That was quite ketchupy. That could work quite well. This has definitely turned into like a food discussion. As you can tell, I like food, so this is a good discussion to have. Luna saying tomato sauce, yeah. Old, Lee J, old Poltane. That's a great shout. That's saltiness. And Tim, Ardna Gherkin. I've only heard great things about this. If anyone's got a sample, or if people have tried it, let me know their thoughts on it, because I want to hear, is it actually like gherkins? That's like on my hot list, that is. Great to see you, Whiskey Lovers Society. Whiskey Lock, I don't know if I've said hi to you, but hello again. It feels like it's been over a week since I've seen you. Rob, here we go. Kilkerran over Springbank, hitting those key points. I'm thinking I'm very fortunate. I've got 4 bottles of Springbank, which I've got over probably 2-3 years. I'm not a bottle chaser. I'm not a big bottle buyer really anymore. This whiskey is a bit too expensive for me to really buy. So, but I'm very fortunate over the years. I found all my bargains, and I've never paid like more than retail price. Very kindly, someone sold me, I think it's that one, the Kilkerran port cask, which I absolutely love. Spoilers, but it could be my new number 1. I got a review of that coming. I haven't filmed it, so I film videos kind of. I normally film 2 next to each other if I can. Often it's only 1, and it's like a good week probably to edit it. So only I can do in the evenings, kind of like when everyone's gone to bed, which is probably explains why the edits look the way they do. But yeah, it'll be coming probably next month, that review. I've got quite a few videos lined up, ready to go. But again, if there's any videos particularly you want to see, do let me know. If there's any whiskey slappers, sorry, my foot's stuck under the desk, so apologies for any rumbles you're hearing. But if there's any people you'd like to see do a whiskey slap as well, I've 2 people have very kindly sent me their slaps. I've got loads of people who are going to send me theirs, who, because I don't want to chase it on, because I'm really grateful for them getting involved. But people like Rob at the Cotswolds, he said he'll send me one. Billy Abbott, so many like cool, great names, and I've got a huge list of people who I want to get involved. But if there's anyone who think would be great to send them my way, get in touch. And there's Sally J. I would say Mrs. Slapper, but doesn't sound quite right. Wouldn't miss it. My number 1 fan. Please don't put yourself through this misery and enjoy Gilmore Girls. Greg, what, you're not buying Springbank? I'm subscribing now. It's fair enough. I've never known a whiskey to be so polarizing. Like, I do enjoy it, and I think the Springbank 10 Cash Strength maybe was one I really enjoyed. I recently got involved in an article giving away an alias here. There's many aliases to Jeff Whisky, but I recently involved in writing an article where I was able to submit my thoughts on the Springbank 15. And yeah, wasn't the biggest fan. But that's for another day. I won't let any secrets. Whiskey with Molly, great to see you here. Hopefully Molly's still enjoying booping bottles. Yes, Ardna Gherkin is like gherkins and is awful. And I like gherkins. See, I like gherkins, but I want to try it. I like awful whiskey. I'm a man with no taste. Alan, thank you for joining the Bottle Slapper Club. Really, really kind of you. If people do want to join to support me, you can also, it is 99p a month. I think that's the cheapest. YouTube lets me do it. It just gives you access to like, I think it's 4 different emojis, but I think I can make 5 now because I've got more members. And it gives you little shirt icons which change as you go along. And what I want to do is just add your name into the credits at the end of my videos. So if you are a member, and by the time possibly the next video comes out, let me know if your name's not on there and I'll add it in. A description for Ardna Gherkin from Luna. Also, I'm really grateful for you just watching. Don't have to like become a member. Watching's great. Subscribing to the channel really helps me out. Like if you've enjoyed any video in particular, just share it and let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I know none of us have money these days flying around hanging in our pockets. So just support me in any way is brilliant. It's really kind. I'm not in this for the money. These shirts are a lot cheaper than they look. But yeah, super kind. Anyway, Luna was saying, the Ardner gherkin is odd. Sponge cake dripped in vinegar with very crispy bacon and gorgonzola on top. Maybe a pear in there as well. See, that sounds amazing to me. That's like a 3-course meal. You've got a pear starter, cake, and then you got vinegar for the main. You may guess I don't go out to eat a lot. Right, I'm just gonna grab a quick drink. It'd be good. And my aim is to have more like someone to join me in the future as well. So then there's not this weird silence as I have a drink. Do please feel free to discuss amongst yourselves. Right, the green tea. Oh, that's really I want to say green tea, but that's very too on the nose. Like a bit bittery lemon, dry, woody, slightly. Is it sherbet? Yeah, it's a little bit sherbety. Yeah, I like that. Whiskey Molly, thank you for joining me. You had me at shirt emojis. I'm grateful. I'll be more grateful one day if I could see you in a fab shirt like this. Amy, whiskey food pairings, but using AI. That's a great shout because then I can get AI to do all the work for me. Yeah, no, I should definitely do whiskey food pairings. I'm a man. Thing is, I don't have fancy tastes. I'm quite a basic man. Oh, Whiskey Love Society. Thank you so much. You honestly don't have to do that. It's really kind of you. I've also need to get in touch with you to do a little slappity slap. I don't know if I've messaged you already. If I have and you're not interested, don't worry. That's super kind of you. Thank you. Whiskey's Love Society. Great channel. And the speed you put the content out as well. You put me to shame and then some. Thank you so much. That's really kind. Greg Whiskey Diary. I don't like vinegar. And then Rob saying, no way, everything is improved with vinegar. I really don't like the smell of vinegar. I used to work in a chip shop and that was one of the strongest smells that left you at the end of the day. And rotisserie chickens, that's not a pleasant smell to have in your clothes either. So I like vinegar like on chips, but I don't really mix it into much apart from like using it if I was cooking or having chips. Again, thank you for everyone who's come members and for like sending money my way. So I think what it is, I think YouTube takes 20%, I want to say maybe 30%, and the rest comes to me. So that's very, very kind. That's good. Everything that comes with this is all going straight into the whiskey fund. I think the next thing to do is get a better microphone because I don't think this is the best. I'm just working off a webcam currently, which I don't think has like, I don't know, it's a little bit of zoomy, but I think the microphone's the next thing I need to improve on. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now, and I haven't even tried that green tea. Let's dive in. And Sugar Kitty, grab your favorite bottles, slappity slap. I have got a bottle to my side ready to slap it. I'll think I'm gonna have to slap it in a minute. And whenever I see a member, remind me because I'm gonna have to slap a bottle. But my daughter is asleep in the room behind me, so I won't be too vigorous because I've almost broken bottles before while filming. I had my first little sip of that, and it's only a mini sip. That's really dry and stings the tongues like stinging nettle soup. Like kind of, that's original. That reminds me of Millstone. I've got a peated PX bottle, which was done by a boutique company. That really reminds me of that. Sugar Kitty, YouTube takes 30%. Yeah, so whenever you're a member for the 99p, do remember that YouTube takes 30%. So honestly, I'm really so grateful. It's super kind, and I'm going to make sure I get all these names in the end of the video. It'll probably be like after the scoreboard. Or I could do it drawing the scoreboard, or maybe I'll do it like along the bottom. I'll have a play in ideas. So thank you all so much. But what I should be talking about, and as you can see, I've gone off the rails a bit, is ways I want to improve the channel for the future. If people are enjoying this live stream, do let me know. I do really enjoy them, but I don't think I'm necessarily the best of it. Maybe over time I'll kind of develop that patter. But it's a case of I've also got to stop saying as well. But it'd be that's something I could possibly do maybe like once a month, or I have discussed with Roy. He's very kind because he puts up with me messaging him every now and then. And I've discussed with him about maybe doing like an early doors on the VPub. So it's completely unrelated to his VPub. I'm not stripping on his toes in any way. But I said, would he mind if I did like a little, maybe 30-minute live stream before the VPub? Because I know lots of people like me, I struggle to stay awake past 10 o'clock these days. So if I did like a little one before the VPub, I can then kind of say my little spiel for 30 minutes. And then there'll be, I don't know, maybe a 15-minute gap, and he can then do his brilliant VPub. And he said he said that's fine. Of course, I don't want to tread on anyone else's toes. I know Whiskey Mystery used to do it before the VPub, but I don't believe there still are. Maybe they're doing the occasional one. But whether I do, I would like to keep it separate from Roy's because I don't want to taint his VPub anyway with my spiel. But yeah, that could be. It's just something I was thinking about doing, like a little early doors chat, because it's really nice chatting back and forth. Where was I? See, it's quite. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if anyone's seen if there's any tubers here who do live streams. So I've got like a little chat window to the side. So if you at Jeff Whisky, so no space, it kind of comes up in orange, so you can see it easier. But it does this little. It slowly goes up, and then every now and then it just completely fly off. So it does it every now and then. So if I've missed a message, really sorry. I'll try and go through it, and then I don't know if I can at you in the comments, but I'll try to respond if I can. Lots of people saying yes. What's yes to? That's the other thing as well. There's a 20-second delay for me speaking to it then playing through the front side of YouTube. I think I can minimize that because I don't have the best internet. Apparently it helps with any buffering issues. Tim's saying early door sounds good. It's usually too late to be very honest. Yeah, I'm the same. I absolutely love the VPub, and like the guests you get on there, the topics, it's always fascinating, and I'll easily stay glued to it. But then when I got to get up early the next morning, it is a lot more of a struggle. So I often do kind of call it, maybe not quits is the wrong way to say it, but I kind of get to the point where I can't stay awake any longer. So I end up after maybe an hour, and then I'll watch it during my lunch break the next day. I still can't see this, and I've just smudged my sunglasses. Also, just because there's quite a few new people here, so thanks so much for joining. The reason I wear sunglasses, because it's a very strange look to be rocking with a ridiculous shirt as well, is so I had Bell's palsy last year, and I know a lot of people commented on Phil's video saying, sunglasses ain't a good look, which I completely agree. But since then, my eyes are a bit sensitive to light, and the more if I get, say, tired or exhausted, it kind of goes a bit droopy. So I don't want people to think that I'm just winking down the camera. And it does mean I could look over here at notes without anyone noticing, and you don't see how tired I actually look. But sorry, I was reading a message from a new person and I completely lost it. From Elizabeth Coppola. I'm really sorry for any names. I apologize. I can't even see the names of whiskey, but thank you for joining here. Just join the stream. Don't suppose there's a beginner's whiskey video coming up. See, that's something I've toyed with. I know so many channels have done great videos. Some have done like crowdsourced answers. Some have done their thoughts. I did do, if you wanted to scroll back and put yourself through it, a while ago, I did a video which had John Drinks, or now known as John Drams, as a guest slapper, where I spoke about my whiskey introduction as like what I thought was a beginner whiskey for me. But I think it'd be a good idea to do, instead of just my journey, do a journey that I would recommend others doing. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. Jimmy Jazz, welcome to Box Slapper. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining the Box Slapper Club. Really, you don't have to, but it's super kind. Hopefully you enjoy the emojis, and do let me know of like other emojis you want to see, I definitely can create one more now. The more members I have, the more power YouTube gives me. David Owen, like me, after 10 o'clock weekdays, the eyes start to close, and that's why I watch the VPlay on replay. And yeah, and being an early riser, it does make it a lot more difficult. I used to be an early riser. I've always struggled to sleep, but I'd always be up at like, go to sleep maybe at 11, and I could be up at 6, no problem. But now I'm struggling to wake up, just getting old and past it. I can see Rob is enjoying this bottle slap emoji. Oh yes, because people have joined. I did say that. So I've got this in the bottle. This was selected by Frank in the chat before people joined, and this is the one he said to pick. I'm going to do it quietly. So I don't know if I go ringside or if I go like far side. I'll do it here. Can you hear that? Is that too loud? But cheers to all you wonderful people supporting this silly channel of mine. How many people have been members now? Should I do one for everyone? I'll do like 5 to culminate everyone. I could do it like whiff waff style. No, thank you ever so much for the support. Where was I? So yeah, that's a strange thing that I do on my channel. If you've not seen it before, bottle slapping, I did a review of Woodford Reserve, and it's got a really flat side. So I was doing the review. I don't really have a script. I just kind of have like, sometimes I have bullet points, and I just decided to just slap it one day. People liked it, and then Aunt Nikki, who had the brilliant YouTube channel New Drum Drinker, they said, get people to be involved in Slap It as well. So they were my first guest slappers, and from there I've had so many people get involved in Spank a Bottle. It's such a weird thing. And occasionally I've watched other people's streams who I didn't even know knew about me, and then they've done it. It's really cool to see, and it's great to see so many people just embracing the fun, ridiculous, silly side of whiskey. What should I? Oh, I can see. Yeah, Rob and Molly. Well, it's not Molly. Rob and Ben, Whiskey with Molly, and Rob Halford just spanking that bottle. At Dan Thomas was Luna says, at Dan Thomas, hope Jeff Whisky knows how your heart feels about his shirts. I hope everyone's a lover of the shirts. It's something I've always worn. Maybe it's because it's a way to distract people. But yeah, I've always worn these silly shirts, and they're brilliant because this room gets so hot. It's like a little box room, and I've got little lights about as well, which you probably can't tell from the quality of this stream. But yes, it gets really hot, so these are nice and wavy. I think I'm a bit behind on the chat, maybe. Greg, how about a bottle of the week, for instance, design-wise? So that's a good idea. And then I can do, I like that idea, Greg, where I can do like a breakdown of a bottle per week. That could probably cover 30 minutes. And I can talk, that's a great idea, because I can also talk about, but then again, is that going to be the same as my reviews? And in the reviews, I can put clips in as well to break up me speaking, to give people a break from my voice. So maybe Sugar Cookie, new member, slappity slaps that. Hopefully I've caught up every member now. Rob Hafford, which release is that? Looks super dark. Rob, there's no releases. There's no batches. What are you talking about? Recently, Rob was told that when he asked a question to a sample server saying what release were they using for Campbelltown Lock, to only be told there's no batches. Where does it say it? You have to let me know where it says it though, Rob, because now I'm embarrassing myself, which is what I do anyway. Thing is, I can't see anything wearing sunglasses as well. Why would I wear sunglasses indoors? I'll wait until I see a message, let me know. Oh, he's already come in. He's keen. On the heel on the back. Right there. Sunglasses off. This is a live exclusive face reveal. I can't read that. 03 10 22 22 196. And it's a very dark looking bottle. Cheers, Tim, for letting me know where it was. It's I should know these 'cause I spend so long looking at these labels, but yeah, I've never noticed that little printout on the back. Where was I? Um, uh, Cheers everyone for letting me know where it was, so I wasn't embarrassing myself. Uh, is that a new person? Carsten. Again, I'm really apologising for any misspellings. I feel like I'm Starbucks. You know, they purposely misspell names so you then share it on social media. I feel like I'm doing that, but I'm just worse. Yes, so thank you for letting me know where it is on the label. Greg, I'm absolutely not in that slapping thing, but I did it for Jeff when he reached 1K. Your video was great of you slapping it. I can felt your pain as you were poorly tapping that poor bottle. David Owen, thank you so much for joining. Great to have you here. I hope you have a good sleep and I haven't terrified you in your dreams too much. Luna, amazing. You can read the print of the bottle, still so young. Well, I'm very fortunate because all members of my family like need quite strong glasses, and I've managed to avoid that. I have special glasses for like when I look at screens and that lot, and I live a lot in sunglasses, but yeah, I'm not that young anymore. I used to, when I first joined Whiskey Tube, I was referred to, and I had a couple of people leave quite negative comments saying, "Why should we listen to you? You're just a kid," which felt really great because I was 28 at the time. I was like, "Yeah, I still look good." But since then, I definitely feel like there's a lot more young guns doing better than me. Oh, a new member. Oh, Mr. Chippy himself, Zozzles, or Zoozles, I can never say it. Welcome to the Bottle Slabber Club. That's for you. That's a hearty whack for you. Cheers for joining, buddy. Very kind of you. I feel I'm going to get bruises on my fingers. Ah, great. There was no vocal mistakes. Thank you. My man. Oh, he's got the slapping emojis already. Oh, the Zozzles 5000. Mr. Chippy himself. Tim, he's got the same batch regarding the Kilkerran lock. Let me know your thoughts on it. I've really enjoyed it. I've not really dived that much into it. I thought I was going to do a review straight away, but I've kind of been hesitant to go too into it. Good night, Dame Judy Hench. Thank you so much for joining me. Really kind. It's crazy that so many people have joined. Amy, I was 22 when I started working for JW Johnny Walker Princess Street 2 years ago. I would love to hear your experience about it all because it's been great chatting to you. I know I'm not the most engaged at Phil's Discord, but it's been great hearing your story about everything. So it'd be really interesting to see what people thought because unfortunately there is connotations that if you're young, you shouldn't know whiskey. And I'm sure you know loads more than I do. And there's been a few times, as I said, I've gone into shops where I've been kind of, yeah, over there, kind of when I've asked questions or just been blanked completely. So Zozzles or Zoozles or Zozzilozzy or Saffron, as he likes to go by. He's just a man who loves his chips. Rob coming in with the slap emojis. Man, I feel getting 30 by this year. Oh, see, I'm 1992, so you're 1993. I remember what it's like to be your age, the good old days. Oh, another member, Daniel Williams. Thank you for joining the Bottle Slapper Club. Better give it another old whack. God, let's do it this hand. I've got a little slap artwork behind me. That's my hand, my wife's, and my 1-year-old daughter's. Well, nearly 2. So I'll get them to slap a bottle as well. This strange person. Thank you for joining, Daniel. Slap me, slap me. It's not that kind of channel. That's after 10 o'clock. Oh, I'm a Glen Turret man. I have got a Glen Turret. That one there, that's the what year? 2020 release or 2021, the maiden release. That's an amazing whiskey, and that was on sale. So I think people are getting really excited by this maiden release. I think VPub were like, oh yeah, this is really great. It's a real banging whiskey. I had no clue. I liked the bottle. People said it was good, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's on sale. I think it had like a tenner off. So I went for it. Really enjoyed it, but as you can see, it's maybe only a quarter's gone. I would love to know if you've got the Glen Turret 12 or any Glen Turret, is your label wonky? Because I think they do it on purpose. It's like, again, like a Starbucks thing to give it a personal touch. I've just checked the time, and don't worry, this will finish before the recycle reviews that Roy's scheduled for tonight. I'll probably call it quits maybe in 10 minutes, just so everyone's got enough time to get yourself a drink and go onto it. Speaking of drink, so the green tea, I've left it for quite a while. I've not got a lid on it. It smells very Macmira. I get lots of pine trees and like tree sap, and I'm not the biggest Macmira fan. I love what they're doing as a distillery, but it's not really for me. Rob, that's very cute. Oh, I've done something cute. Oh, was that the hand thing? Yeah, that was for my Father's Day present. That's the one that's just recently gone. Yeah, so my wife, well, my daughter done it, but I think my wife was kind of helped. I think she helped do it. Daniel Williams, Jeff, it could be. Again, we're edging towards 10 o'clock. That's when Jeff Whisky comes. Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going down that road again. Where was I? Gerber Blocker. Again, apologies for name mispronunciations. I'm so awful at it. I've had several Glentarrant bottles, but all the labels are tight. Oh, really? That's good to know, because this one's like it's got a big bump in it, which when I'm trying taking photos of it to begin with, it was really difficult because it made some of the text hard to read. And then I spoke to quite a few people, and they've said it's also a bit hard to see. So that's interesting that you've had all good ones. And Sugar Kitty, Glentarrant Temperature, the label is not wonky. Maybe it's just me and the people who I spoke to. We're just the duds. You're getting the proper bottle, and we're just getting, the dregs at the end. Peathead, and I completely agree with Macmira. Love what they do, but not a great fan of the whiskey itself. Yeah, I would love to love it. And Vin, No Nonsense Whiskey, his Macmira was amazing. And I kicked myself that I didn't get involved in that, because at the time I wasn't that involved with like No Nonsense Whiskey, because he's got a great Discord channel, which is well worth checking out. So I kind of didn't feel brave enough to get involved. But yeah, and his one was just amazing. Definitely the best Macmira. I am kind of enjoying this nose. There's like a stingy Pimm's kind of. It's a real strange one. Whiskey Lock. The intelligence I has better than I wanted to admit. See, I've heard lots of things about that AI one. Yeah, isn't it? Did they work out the best method? Not the best method, the best ingredients to go in to make it? Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one, Mark. They send all the good labels to the US. You enjoy the good labels, Sugar Kitty. I'll stick to my wonky labels. I know my place. Right, I think it's probably best to give everyone the chance to escape. I've not really talked about anything. I had plans to talk about changes to scoring, to make changes to. Actually, I could still use this time to talk about. We've still got a few minutes. Currently, my scoring system's at 24, and I've always debated the idea of changing it. So I don't know if I should go the dram face route and do out of 10, because I think a lot of people find 24. Say something's 18 out of 24. That's actually quite a good score, but it doesn't sound great. So maybe I'm wondering, should we not have that system? Should I do? I like the idea of like out of 100, because that gives a lot of variation. You can have like bottles that are 77, 78, 79. But yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot to think about. So I love your thoughts, but I think I have left it too late. I think I will leave that for another one. Whiskey Straight Out, very kind to you to donate. You don't need to, buddy. Super kind of you to be here and to support my channel and being a great slapper. You've had a great channel and you've got a great taste in shirts. So it's like a whiskey soulmate. Oh, lots of messages. Good night, Lee J. Thank you for staying. Especially it's getting dark here this end of Somerset, so I imagine it's pitch black up by you. I'm getting tired now. Petehead, so there will be more lives to come where you can talk about lots of stuff. Great. Would you like more lives? As people enjoyed this, I think I'm coming up to maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Oh no, it tells me top corner. Yeah, 59 minutes. So would people like more lives? Maybe I can do it. I don't know. Greg says +1 for Peterhead. Rob says the 10 out of 10 route is the future, but I'm not biased. I don't know why you'd think 10 out of 10 is the best, Rob. You and your mechanic ways. Oh, I just had 3 people just pop and say yes, more lives. And Whiskey with Molly. If I'm honest, I don't like the 100 scoring system. I agree with you on the system as a whole. I don't like how points are only between 70 and 100. Because Whiskey could be quite a dud, but they still give it 70. And to me, 70 is quite high. So if it was 7 out of 10, that's well above average. So I think if it was at 100, it would have to be 0 to 100. Say if Whiskey is 50 out of 100, that's fine. That's like a middle of the road. It's an average whiskey. But people, that's the only thing, the connotations with it. I did think about doing out of 10 and then using decimal points. But the tricky thing is, because I like to break it up, because I include experience because I'm a designer. But I think people get put off by that. Some people just want the taste and like the taste in their nose. So that's why I do it in chunks. So I had to find a way so I can easily divide it into clear sections, because I quite like the 4 sections. But I think that's food for thought. I think maybe I'll do a video on it, or I'll use that as a topic for a next live, and I'll try my best not to get so distracted. But so many people are saying yes to more lives. That's amazing. I will do more, and I'll try to make these better. I'll try to make it so it's like a clear chat, not just me bouncing around. And I'll try again to get StreamYards to work, because it'd be great if I can bring things up on screen, so then you don't have to stare at my face for so long, because I don't think that's kind of people want to look at. I've got like things around me to distract yourselves. Like, as you can see, I've got a well-placed fold-up table. But I think that is, more lives. That's really great. Dan, maybe you should do a slapping scale. That's a good idea. So I could do 5 slaps, or is it like 70% slap? Oh, it's something to think about. I'm not too sure, but for the future, I've tried to suggest half points to deduct on price. So that's a good idea as well, about where would points come in. It's and where would like value come in, because I like having value as a section. Anthony Lambert just got on late. Evening, every CEO of Recycled Reviews. Well done, Jeff. Thank you so much for popping in. And Whiskey Lock, the final comment. The commentary and judgment are always more meaningful than the scores, in your opinion. And whatever scoring system floats your boat. Yeah, I agree. I've had people give a bottle a really high score, but their descriptions are just not for me. I'll always remember the betrayal of buying Black Bottle based on people's reviews on Instagram, and it was trash. Really not for me. Luna, the harder you slap, the better the whiskey. But that does mean on some whiskies, like that Kilkerran Port Bowl, I will just go right through it. Probably a dangerous move. I think that's best to call it quits there, because it's nearly time for Recycle Reviews. Thank you all for joining me. I'll try and work out what I'm doing next time, but it's been really... Oh, Whiskey Molly, use the shirt scale. And evening, Chris Taylor. Thanks for joining. Just in time to see me leave. You've timed it perfectly. And the last comment, Petehead. Agree, Shane, a scoring system's only valid for the scorer. My system is below and above buying rate. Yeah, so maybe I should just simplify it. I do like the idea of if it's a whiskey slap or whiskey crap. But there is a grey area where I kind of like it could go in between. But yeah, on that note, huge thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for all joining this Bottle Slapper Club I set up. It really means a lot. And on that note, all the best. Cheers for joining. Cheers to the next one, and slap on. That's like an ending. I feel like I know what I'm doing now. Now you all got to watch me slowly click on the end stream button. Cheers all. Take care.